Everybody, welcome to the City of Daly City Council's reorganization this Monday, December 11th, 2023. If we can please call this meeting to order. Can you hear me? Thank you.
There you go.
All right. Well, first, let me just say good evening, everybody, and thank you for coming today to this regular meeting, or this reorganization meeting of the Daly City Council. We really appreciate you being here. It's going to be hopefully a fun and festive night. And so let's get started by first paying respect to our flag. And let me call to order the pledge to the flag by our Daly City Police Department color guard. Would you all please stand? I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please give a round of applause to our Daly City Council. Please be seated. So let me start first by asking our clerk, Madam Clerk, would you do a roll call, please?
Ms. DiGiovanni,
Present.
Dr. Rod,
Here.
Ms. Manalo,
Present.
Mr. Sylvester,
Glenn Sylvester, present.
Mr. Buenaventura.
I'm present. Thank you, Madam Clerk. All right, so it looks like we have a full house today, and if I could please just recognize some of our members of the community and some of the, there's a lot of people here today, so I apologize in advance if I don't get you all, but let me start by recognizing the representative from Assembly Member Phil Ting's office, Ryan McGilly. Ryan? There he is. And then David Canepa, our supervisor. Adrian Tissé, the former council member and supervisor. And let me also recognize our city treasurer, Danica Halverson. Our city clerk, Annette Hipona. And let me also now start to, I forgot. Well, let's recognize Anthony Yoshida from Senator Josh Becker's office. Anthony? We have several of our commissioners present today, and let me start by recognizing Personnel Board Member Perla Ibarrientos. Fellow Personnel Board Member Tony Bayudan. Library Board of Trustees Commissioner Gary Pacheco. Recreation Commissioner Cheryl Catuar. Planning Commissioner Ray Sattore. Arts and Culture Commissioner Dory Paniza. Arts and Culture Commissioner Arlene Das Magbual.
Yeah.
Bicycle Pedestrian Advisory Committee member Fernando Montañez. Planning Commissioner Rijo Panisa. Library Board of Trustees Diodor Tronco.
Go, Judor.
Personnel Board Member Marion Mann. And let me also recognize Mario Panaringan, who's been serving as a commissioner before. Also, let me recognize Teresa Proaño of the Planning Commission. And let me also recognize some of the staff, our executive management, including our great city manager, Tom Piccolotti. Assistant to the city manager, Leilani Ramos. City Attorney Rose Zimmerman. Our acting police chief, Cameron Christensen. Director of Public Library, Chella Anderson. Director of Recreation Services, Denise Brown. Director of Water and Wastewater Resources, Joshua Cosgrove. Director of Human Resources, Natalie Sakal. Director of Public Works, Richard Chu. Our Fire Chief, Ron Myers. Director of Economic and Community Development, Tatum Mothershead. Did I recognize you, Acting Police Chief Cameron Christensen? I did. Okay. I saw you again. Right. Oh, we also have Planning Commissioner Teresa Fapua. Yes. And then let me recognize our city partners, Marie Villarosa of the Daly City Colma Chamber of Commerce, Ceremony and PBS. Kevin Tong, Daly City Chamber of Commerce. Rebecca Husted, Chamber of Commerce, Daly City. Victoria Magbilang, Executive Director of the DCPLA and the San Mateo County Arts Commission. Catherine Tecolvi of Republic Services. El Cerrado of City Toyota. Anders Fung for the Mayor of Millbrae. Thank you for coming. All right, I think I got everybody, but if I don't, my apologies, and let's go on to hopefully, oh, there we go, Wayne Lee, former mayor of Millbrae. Wayne. Okay, let me now go on to our next item on our agenda, which is my remarks for the 2023 year that we've just had. So this has been, I think, a very challenging year for the city of Daly City. We've gotten a lot done, but it has been a real challenge for everybody. I think we are in a better position than we were before, and that has a lot to do with our community, the members of our community working together closely with our staff, the people of Daly City, and all in an effort to try to make our city better. So let me just highlight some of the accomplishments that we've had in 2023. As far as economic and community development, the City Council re-engaged a partnership with the Daly City Colma Chamber of Commerce, which the new economic and community specialist will unite with the small Business Commission to spur our economic growth. We also established a legacy business program, something that I think is crucial in honoring the businesses here of Daly City. We authorized an exclusive negotiating agreement with J.M. McLennan for the development of housing, hotel, and a fitness center on a former redevelopment parcel on Junipero Serra Boulevard, the one right by the BART station. We also secured funding and initiated a design process for new child care and learning center to be built on 1401 Sullivan Avenue. As far as our city finance, we've received Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting from the Government Finance Association for the 36th consecutive year. We went live with the new business license software and took online payments from the public for the very first time. With our fire department, we continue to maintain an average response time of 5 minutes and 28 seconds to the scene of all fire and medical emergencies. We achieved an overall customer satisfaction rating of 98% in the delivery of emergency and non-emergency services. We participated and supported the Girls Fire Camp for awareness and hands-on learning about the fire service profession and how to become a firefighter. On our human resources, we've coordinated the installation of 36 AEDs in every city facility and completed AED, CPR, and first aid training. We've also completed 62 recruitments, which resulted in the hiring of 31 full-time employees and 83 part-time employees. And we've completed negotiations for all 11 labor groups. As far as our libraries, the City Council restored the Daly City Public Library as a stand-alone department. We welcomed 200,000 visits from the community members and checked out 166,000 physical items and 45,000 ebooks. We've offered early learning tablets, Wi-Fi hotspots, and Chromebooks, home energy and water saving toolkits, and passes to county and state parks. The City Council restored recreation services as a standalone department. As far as recreation, the City Council restored recreation service as a standalone department and served over 2,000 family members at citywide events, including the Spring Fun Day, the Pachanga Daly City, and Kasayan at Daly City. We've increased programming for youth, teens, and older adults. We celebrated the grand opening of 2 National Fitness Campaign fitness courts located at Lincoln Park Community Center and Westlake Park. With respect to our police, we've reduced the number of hospitalizations during mental health crisis calls as a direct result of the Community Wellness Response Team program. We've introduced a new neighborhood watch program, encouraging residents to collaborate in building safer, crime-free neighborhoods. We've implemented several new programs, including a catalytic converter program, a drone program, and automatic license plate readers. With respect to Public Works, we received over $5.6 million in grant funding, including $3.2 million for safe routes to school and $750,000 for Muscle Rock North Bluff mitigation and stabilization. We completed construction on 8 projects, such as the Muscle Rock Gabion Wall and the Stormwater Project and the Polaris Park rehabilitation. We've initiated 13 new projects, such as the safety improvements projects on Southgate Avenue and School Street, as well as the ADA upgrades to the Ceremony Main Library, which includes a new elevator. On water and wastewater resources, we've designed 100% of the Vista Grande Drainage Basin Improvement Project. Most of the required permits have been secured, as well as millions of dollars in funding contributions from several partner agencies. We developed the Water Rate Assistance Program and implemented the Low-Income Water Assistance Program to help low-income ratepayers of the city financially manage their water bills, providing thousands of dollars in assistance. We received authorization for a new drinking water well adjacent to Margate Street and next to a city reservoir, which is anticipated to provide up to 800,000 gallons of high-quality drinking water to the community every day. With respect to our city manager's office, the City Council approved an MOU with Sacred Heart Cathedral Preparatory for public and private renovation of Marchbank Park. We coordinated the renewal of the sister city ties with Quezon City, our sister city in the Philippines. We partnered on the city's first annual Chinese cultural celebration, Children's Day. We began a feasibility study on the Westlake Park Community Center. We initiated the development of the city's age-friendly action plan. And the City Council appointed the new city manager, Thomas J. Piccolotti, on January 23rd, 2023, with a unanimous 4-0 vote. That's a lot. And yeah. So again, I just want to thank the community for working together with us, for the staff for implementing many of the ideas, and for the council for coming together and passing some of these very important projects. So now we're at the point of the meeting where I traditionally, as the mayor, gets to make some awards, to announce some awards for members of the community. And this is the feel-good moment of our meeting, because we get to recognize some of the outstanding members of the community and what they've done this past year. Let me start with the businesses of the year of 2023. This year, I decided that there are two well-deserving businesses of the year. The first one is whenever you hear the word Westlake Joe's, I think it just brings a smile to many people. And I have never gotten turned down for an invitation if I ask, will you come with me to Westlake Joe's? And I will certainly always make it if someone invites me. Original Joe's of Westlake was first established in Daly City in 1956 as Joe's of Westlake. In 2014, the restaurant underwent an extensive 2-year renovation and was reintroduced into the community as Original Joe's Westlake. This restaurant is an iconic Daly City institution frequented by many in Daly City and beyond. So the 2023 Business of the Year, one of them is Original Joe's. Do we have someone from Westlake Joe's?
Yeah, they're here.
Present?
They're definitely. I saw him.
Come on up.
I saw him in the elevator.
Come on up.
Yes.
This is the Daly City Business of the Year Award awarded to Original Joe's of Westlake 2023. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
please go ahead. Have to say a few words.
Sure. Can everyone hear me as is? First of all, I want to say I'm joined by my partner and my sister, Elena Dugan, in the back. She's the real vision and genius behind everything we do, and my family couldn't do it without her. So, and she always stays in the back, but she's deserves this recognition as well tonight. So. Secondly, I want to thank the mayor, council members, city manager, and all the fire and police with us tonight. We are honored with this award. My grandfather started the restaurant in 1937, and it's been my grandfather, my mom, my dad, and now my sister and myself. So I know my mom and dad would have loved to have been here tonight. I know my grandfather's looking down. And I feel at home with the Daly City community. I want to thank you for all of your patronage. And it's really an honor and a blessing to do what we do and be such a fixture in this great community. So thank you for the award. We really appreciate it.
Hold on 1 second. I'm sure some of our council members may wish to say something to you. Go ahead, Madam Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Wow, your restaurant is an institution where so many memories are made, and really, it is a cornerstone of our Daly City community. And I just want to say thank you so much for your families, for just giving back to Daly City, and really. I will say this, it is a testament because many times people say, oh, where should I eat? And a lot of them know about your restaurant. And a lot of them actually come out this way and they tell me because we got the parking, but really such a beautiful family at the heart of it. That's what it exudes. Your family values. When you come into that restaurant, you feel the warm welcome. As well as the authenticity to your food, and just a testament to your family's legacy. And so I am so thrilled that you did survive the pandemic. Well, I'll share that yes, when you pivoted, you had a marketplace right in front. You started doing pizzas. Oh my goodness. Also to-go cocktails, like really innovation. This is what it's really their innovation. That was a time, if we reflect back, we are in this room today and we can be in community. But you pivoted, and we're so glad that you're thriving. I know that you have restaurants, a little pizza spot down over there as well. And then also opening up I think your family's going to open up a Mexican restaurant. Just a testament to your hard work, dedication to our community. Thank you for all you do, your warm welcome. It's deeply felt.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any other one? Go ahead.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think one thing when we talk about your establishment is like memories, right? And I think I would probably concur with everybody here. Who has been to Joe's before? Raise your hand. Look at all that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Multiple times over. And I've had birthday parties there. My children have birthday parties, and that butter cake, damn. But congratulations once again, and we'll continue to make more memories moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rod. Go ahead, Ms. DiGiovanni.
Well, your family to family, when you did the transition and you did the decoration and people in what the community was expecting, these high things, the pressure was they were contacting us, making sure, are we going to have our steak a la Bruno, and especially our firefighters, I'm calling out Tony Maffei and his family and all the people, that come there all the time. And it's always warm and inviting, no matter how busy it is. Your staff is amazing. And thanks to your sister it still has that family feel. And then you brought that here to Daly City, and it well transfers from a lot of people from San Francisco that follow you, come over here, and then vice versa. We follow your family wherever you go because we know what we're going to get, and we know the warmness that it comes with. And it's not just, it's always the quality of the food, but it's also the hospitality. And that fits right into our Daly City and our diversity. And you are just, it's just impeccable because you can't say that many places when they come in that they're thinking about the bottom line, but you really took it into consideration. I remember that. And every little detail, when you guys walk in that restaurant, it was done with love and heart. And it was really a reflection of our community. And I thank you and your family for that. So, and blessings of love for much fortune as you go forward. Thank you very much.
Mr. Sylvester, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First off, I always give from personal experience, so I'll do that as I speak. 1937, that was 17 years before I was born. I've been to Original Joe's in San Francisco during my previous job experience. And to be quite honest, I think I've been there 3 times only because it was tough to get down there, parking was tough. But now, in 2016, when I had the opportunity to come on to council, I must admit, I've been to, since moving to Daly City, Original Joe's, Westlake Joe's, I've been there maybe 3 times. 2016, I can now count the times I've been there. I probably go there 4 to 5 times a year. But what impressed me the most is in 2016, when I walk into Original Joe's, the care that they give you, and they said to me, oh, he doesn't have to wait. We'll get him a seat immediately. And when that happened, I told them, no, you don't have to do that. And now every day I go over to Original Joe's, since they know me a lot, even though I haven't come in there much often, I always send my wife in. So if she can put her name down on the list, and we wait just like everybody else, because waiting to eat at Westlake Joe's is to die for, and we will gladly wait. So I want to say thank you for your outstanding service. Thank you for what you continue to provide for the community. And please, please, don't leave us. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Let me also recognize some other people that have joined us. Let me recognize Francis Espiritu, Philippine News. Francis. Cherry Carol Moreno, Philippine Today. Thank you, Cherry. And also I want to recognize and thank Tony Lim of Lingnam for providing some of the food today. Our second recipient of the Business of the Year Award is for Carvana. And let me tell you how this award sort of came about with respect to Carvana. I basically asked my staff, I said, well, who are some of the top producers for revenue for Daly City? And Carvana stood out as one of them, among many, but Carvana stood out as really one of them. And so many of you know what Carvana is. It's a vending machine style tower building that offers a one-of-a-kind car sales experience. And it opened here in Daly City just last year in 2022. The Carvana vending machine can be spotted from Interstate 280 when you travel south from San Francisco. And Carvana is currently one of Daly City's top revenue-generating businesses. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our second recipient of the Business of the Year, Carvana.
We'll do this first. Okay. Right. Let me bring up, yeah, I want to make sure I don't miss one word here. But let's get that award. There we go. Thanks. Let's do two shots here, right here. Thank you. Stay put 1 second. Last one, just like that. Step where he was. Thank you very much.
I don't know about following up Original Joe's, but we're super excited to be a part of the community here in Daly City, bringing the iconic vending machine tower over here. And we look forward to many years to come of just being a part of the community and bringing more revenue and bringing more people to the great city of Daly City. Thank you.
I want to give a special recognition to Kevin Louie. Kevin Louie is really the man who sort of brought Carvana to Daly City, recognizing its potential for income for Daly City and really helping us out set up what I think is a really good business and revenue generating opportunity for Daly City. Do we have any comments or? Go ahead, Mr. Sylvester.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Where'd he go? The gentleman? Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, come on up. I'm sorry. We didn't excuse you yet.
I don't get to escape that either.
No. Come on up there.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
coming back. I'll first start off with your comment. You said you don't know about Original Joe's. I guarantee you try it.
Oh, I know about it.
Oh, okay. All right. I just wanted to get that.
Following up after.
Oh, okay. Great. Two quick things. I remembered going through the approval process for Carvana, and it was a tough decision. And I'm glad that it came to fruition. I've been online watching Carvana and what you folks have gone through in other states. But to be named one of the top revenue producers in Daly City, that says something. It's the people of Daly City who recognizes Carvana. So I wanted to leave you with that. Excellent job, well done. And there's a euphemism that's used when we talk about a beacon in the sky, and that goes to Seton Hospital. But when I go and drive by Juniper Serra at nighttime, I see the beacon of Carvana. So congratulations, and I wish you continued success. Thank you.
Madam Vice Mayor, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. And, I do remember and recall when Carvana was up for us to make a decision. One thing that was quite unique with it, with other car vendors, was your model of being able to purchase your car online. For those of you that are watching, you actually pick up your car. It's kind of like a vending machine. You have a coin, right? You drop the coin in and you literally see your car drop down. So, I mean, providing a unique experience. I know for some, it may be their first time buying a car, second car, but really providing that unique experience. So I'm glad that you are all doing well here in our city. So congratulations.
Dr. Ryan.
Congratulations. Well, I have a kid that's going to be turning 16 soon, so probably I hear from me soon. Congratulations.
Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, I just want to say that the way you took everything in your management skills, because when I guess Councilmember Sylvester was saying there, it was a hard decision because it was something so new, but then again, taking a chance on something so innovative for Daly City. And then you guys have really just taken it, and I've noticed how the online and also have watched where you made sure that the revenue, that at first I was thought, wait, are they going to buy it in another city, and then we're not going to get the revenue? But you made sure that we got the revenue, and I was like, oh, thank you. So I know that you care about our city, and you're not just here just to make your profit, which is good, but you know that it's viable and that you are part of our community, and that part is very, very important. And I want to thank that. I believe it was Dan Duggan as well, who was very supportive of this project and continue to thrive and keep those lights on. Thank you very much.
Colors too. So.
Right. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you being here. All right, let me now turn to the nonprofit business of the year. This year's Nonprofit of the Year award goes to the Daly City Host Lions. And yeah. So I want to thank actually the Vice Mayor, Justin Manalo, who's actually a Lion. And in trying to bounce off ideas and trying to figure out who is deserving of the Nonprofit of the Business of the Year award, Lions really stood up, and I want to thank the Vice Mayor for the input she gave on that, which included things like what they do are doing the Spring Fest with children for decades, having the eye care program for those who need it. They also do that Breakfast with Santa for the children in the community, and they regularly have the pasta bingo nights that raise funds for the community. The Daly City Host Lions Club was chartered under the International Association of Lions on February 26, 1941, making them one of the oldest clubs in the Bay Area. The Daly City Host Club Lions Club is one of the most active service clubs in the community, and their commitment to serve others shines through their hard work and laughter. Ladies and gentlemen, we have, I think, all the representatives of the Daly City Host Lions. Please welcome them. Yes, let me also ask the Vice Mayor to go down with them because you are one of the members of the Lions. So.
The mayor's also everybody.
Yes. Come on up, come on. Come forward. Come this way.
This is fun.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
This one maybe?
Sure.
And
Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Chief.
Okay. Yes. All right.
So I'm gonna move you over this way. Keep coming. Here you go. Come on over. Close to the rail as you can. I can't see where the step is. Chief, come on up. Thank you. Okay, Ray, yeah, thank you. And then I'm gonna have you two ladies swap places for me. So good, just like that. Okay, come on. Thank you. Thank you for attention, please. You can look right here first. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, right here at me. Here we go. That, thank you, Ray. Like that. We do two more right here. Good. With my chin, then we'll come back to you. Okay, that's good. Here we go. Thanks, folks. Okay. With me still, all eyes open. Yes. All right. Thank you.
Okay, who's going to be our spokesman? Come on up, sir.
Mr. Mayor, council members, on behalf of our fellow Lions, thank you for the support and recognition. I'm accepting the award, but I'm not the one. You know, it's all these folks here who've done all the work, like you said, since 1941. It's really a privilege to work with these folks and the many folks that could not make it here tonight. It's just, if you don't know anything about the Lions Club, it's just a bunch of folks who give back to our community and do good for folks who need help. So I just wanted to appreciate everyone here that's a Lion and that's not present. So thank you very much. And one last thing, the person who should be accepting this award isn't here. Her name is Denise Kelly, if you folks don't know. Denise has held our team together for many, many years. She continues to do it. She just had a prior engagement, but it'd be shameful for me not to mention her contribution to this team. So thank you folks very much.
Mr. Satori.
The Honorable Mayor, the Deputy Mayor Wigman, and the honorable members of the City Council. Well, finally, the bell had tolled for the Daly City Host Lions Club. For 90 years, we have been very active, not only locally, but internationally. So we are proud to be a member of the Daly City Host Lions Club. And this is by invitation only to be a member. And most of the members are the bigwigs of Daly City. Thank you very much.
Okay. We have some comments from the council. Ron, why don't you stay right there? Stay put.
yes, sir.
Go ahead, Madam
Yes,
Vice
sir.
Mayor. No, go ahead, stay up there. Yeah.
I will.
You're going to receive the comment.
Well, I want to say, I'm really proud to be a Lion, as I now share with each and every one of you, just how this organization works and really looks at what the needs of our communities are. I first encountered the service of the Lions when they were doing the spring festival right there at Policita. So if many of you have had children that have gone to these schools, they volunteer day and out to give the young people really recreation and collaboration. And it is really wonderful to see the club that has been in existence for so many years continue to thrive. Thank you under your leadership, as you mentioned, Denise Kelly. But, I am a young Lion, but definitely, all of the work that continues to happen is a testament of all the Lions that are here, and really the message is really to serve. Right? It's really to serve the community. For those of you that are out there listening, that is the real, mission of the Lions, is to be there of service. And so, thank you so much.
Thank you. Very well said. Thank you.
Go ahead, Dr. Rod.
Congratulations. Just to reiterate on the Vice Mayor about providing service, it's a thankless job. But, I think when we do the service, there's something that provides this kind of human feeling within yourself that is more than just you. And it's this connection to the community. And through everything that we've gone through these past few years, from COVID to trying to turn the corner around COVID, service is very important to give to those that have less or those that need help. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Mossman, great to see you. But Denise Kelly, as you said, she's unable to be here. I don't know how many decades she's been doing it, but yes, she's the founder, I believe, of the Daly City Host Lions. And to all of them, all of you, I know that you serve many hats in your life in service. But I know the bottom line is serve with kindness. As Dr. June, who we all know and revere, and I said, Ed Palomar here tonight, who is a real well-known Lion as well, that when they serve with community, you look for the needs and you don't ask for anything and you do it humbly. I think being humble is the biggest thing that a Lion can be, because you don't ask for anything back, but you see the hearts and the faces of those when you do the vision, or you do the whatever you do, the pasta bingo, even everything you guys do, it's all selfless. It's time consuming, but you made a commitment. There was Marie, I see her many hats, Bradley, all of you, Ray Satori, I see you because I know you work at the home health care. And so, even our director of our wastewater and our police chief, and we have so many, and I see you in the back, but I see you, and every single one of you is a piece. And that piece gets to the puzzle. And when you work in collaboration, this shows what people can do. And this is a prime example when you work together in collaboration for a goal, just for the community. No personal things, put everything aside, and you come in and you just do the work because you're doing it with your heart. So I really appreciate it. And, Musman, we do miss you, but I know you're doing great things. So wishing you all the best. And I know there's many more things to come from our Daly City host Lions. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Pastor, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Wow. I've been to many Lions events in the past. I remember once getting an award through the Lions when I went to one of their events. That was about 25 years ago, something that I never forgot. And as about 3 years ago, I was invited to the Burlingame Lions Club to assist in the student,
Speaker.
some student program.
Student speaker.
Student speaker. And as I listened to each one, I said to myself, that's our future. So I think Councilmember DiGiovanni said some of it. I don't know if you had read the same quote that I read, but basically to validate what you've made mention, I did find a quote regarding the Lions. Without community service,
Yeah.
we would not have a strong quality of life. It's important to the person who serves as well as the recipient. It is the way in which we ourselves develop and grow. So keep up the great work. I'm very, Denise Kelly, I get the emails all the time for Pasta Bingo. And even though I shouldn't be eating too much pasta, I do make it a point to make sure I donate. Hey, I can't make it, but here's a donation. So keep up the great work, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we're, go ahead.
Lastly, in regards to the Lions, I would be remiss if I didn't mention our planning commissioner, Ray Satori, who invited me to the club. So thank you so much.
Very good. All right. So now we're going to turn to individuals, and we're going to start off with the mayor's Youth of the Year awards. We have 2 recipients tonight. So let me just tell you, the recipients of these awards, the way this came about was it was not me just randomly selecting someone. I actually reached out to school board members, to people in the community, and asked for recommendations. And it was these 2 young people who resoundingly received the recommendations that stood out for me. So when I say this is a community-based award and it's given by the community, I mean it, because really it was recognized by your community members, your teachers, your school board members, your fellow students, and the great work that you do. Our first recipient is an exemplar of everything a Westmore student should strive to be: dedicated, hardworking, and wholehearted. During the school day, this recipient captains the girls' volleyball team while also serving as a senior leader of the girls' basketball team. She's also a top student in the classroom, with many of her teachers complimenting her work ethic and dedication to academic success. Outside of school, she volunteers for Family House to serve and visit families and community members that suffer from sickness, while also volunteering for Operation Santa Claus to provide gifts for needy families during the holiday season. Additionally, this recipient has been a longtime practitioner of Chinese dance and performs regularly in the community. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our first recipient, Kaylee Kwan.
Thank you all for this award. It's such an honor to be nominated and receiving this award this year. I would also like to thank the superintendent, Ms. Tony Presta, and the principal of Westmore, Mr. Aaron. Thank you.
Go ahead, Madam Vice Mayor.
Congratulations on this award. I mean, just with what Mayor was saying around your accomplishments, it's pretty amazing to date. I wish you nothing but the best. I already see your future is bright. As a Jefferson Union High School alumni, although at Jefferson, I ran track or I would run cross country meets there at your high school. But really, it's just these moments where we see our youth and young people at the forefront that give us so much hope. And so thank you for your dedication already to the community. You're a leader now. I know that your future is bright. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Dr.
Congratulations. Shout outs to the Ramley. I want to share this quote, and I've been sharing this quote for many, many years, and it's inspired by the late farm worker, organizer, Philip Veracruz. And he said, "Only if more youth can get involved in more issues like social justice, they would form a golden foundation for the struggle of all people to improve their lives." I was once in your spot, where you felt like everything ahead of you, you have decades ahead of you. And I just want you to just take in this moment, but then you also have a responsibility that you inherit as taking this award to take on the leadership. And no matter where you go, plant the seeds where you're gonna be and serve the community where you're at. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Dr. Rod. Go ahead, Mr. Giovanni.
Well, congratulations. And I see that Tony Presta in the back and the proud Kalima. I see you guys in the back. Oh, is that Andy? Yes, of course it is. So we know that where you come from, they keep a pulse on all the students. So for you to get this award tonight is pretty special because they know their students. They have a great relationship, as you say, with that superintendent and that school board. They value the relationships with you. And Westmore is such a great school as well, and that you have a bright future, and you stick with them, and they'll be great mentors for you as well, and hope that we can be the great role models that they are in our community, where we all work together and we work for the betterment of you and all your colleagues and your future. So bless you in your endeavors, and you're welcome here anytime. This is your city hall.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Mr. Sylvester.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll reserve my comments till I see the other student. I'll make an overall comment.
right,
on
sounds
those.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kaylee. Okay, our second recipient was born in Auckland, New Zealand, and lived in Boston before moving to the Bay Area. This recipient has lived in Daly City since 2019 and is currently a ninth grader at Archbishop Reardon High School, enrolled in the Honors Computer Engineering program. This recipient loves to write, poetry, and short stories. This recipient helped organize the elementary school's community service group, the Lunchmakers, which makes and distributes bagged lunches to the unhoused and people in need. This recipient enjoys reading, archery, and playing the clarinet and guitar.
Wow.
And, most importantly, she is the youngest Daly City Youth Poet Laureate to date. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our recipient, Olivia Veroy.
I'd like to thank Daly City and everyone for this. Oh, okay.
There you go.
I'd like to thank Daly City and everyone for this award. And being the Youth Poet Laureate has given me so much confidence, and I've been exposed to so many new people, so many places and experiences, and I've made connections with so many amazing poets and people, and I've learned so much. And I'm so grateful that being the Youth Poet Laureate has allowed me to share my voice and serve my community. In honor of today, I'd also like to share a poem that I wrote.
Yes, please. Thank you.
My poem is entitled Everyone and Everything. In another universe, we never stopped talking. And in another, I'm in love with you despite the fact that you are everything I despise. And in another, I did everything right and we still fall apart. Hazy morning days as the city was wrapped in a blanket of fog and the wind whispered to me, "You are loved." Warm afternoons and sunlight filtered through trees told me the same. At 11 p.m., doubts seeped through my mind because I am paranoid. On Earth, the sun will always be brighter than the stars, but we are nothing more than stardust and lies. And every moon, the sun allowed itself to die to let the moon shine. But that was only because we were too weak to look at both at the same time. We sat in fields of wildflowers and closed our eyes, but the yellow was a warning sign. Let the ocean lap at our feet, figured out that a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. For some reason, I can never figure out whether I'm in love with you or want to be you. And at 2 a.m., I wake up from a dream and look in the mirror and wonder if it's a metamorphosis or murder when I leave my old life behind. Thank you.
Thank you. Bravo. Bravo. Go ahead, Madam Vice Mayor.
Thank you so much for sharing your craft and your artistry, and being the youngest poet laureate of the city of Daly City. That is so amazing. And thank you for using your pen to your voice and for being able to share that with the community throughout this year, and sharing it with your peers as well as us. I think that being able to share your insight is so powerful. And today is a testament of that. So thank you so much.
Can I just say I'm inspired? I'm truly inspired. As a person that performed spoken word when I was younger, writing poetry and performing gave me an identity that I thought I never had. And I just, I wrote a poem way back when, during the beginning of the pandemic, and I called it A Poet is a Policymaker. Because when we talk about what artists do, what healers do, it informs our perspective of the world. So I urge you to keep on writing, keep capturing the stage, look deep into the eyes of your audience, because you can continue to move the crowd.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Ms.
So, Miss Olivia, you are a gem in our community. And I see Miss Victoria, couldn't be any more prouder of you. You expand and your words, we take them to heart. Because I've heard a lot of your poetry and you inspire others, not just of your age group, but all ages. I've noticed and I've heard back that for those who've never written poetry, and I believe some of them, it was their first poetry they had ever written, and that inspired them to even be part of the Poet Laureate program. So you continue to inspire, you continue to write, you express your feelings through that pen, and you tell us about it, and we should be the listeners, and maybe we should try that as well, because it is a passion, and for everything we go through in life, that's an outlet, and it develops ourselves. You say it develops confidence, right? And that for you as a young lady in this world and how it is, then this will keep growing in your confidence. And that you'll be surrounded by all of us and your family as well. I see your family, and with much love and surrounding, and you keep growing and never give that up. Don't let anybody ever give up your dreams. Thank you for inspiring us. Thank you.
Go ahead, Mr. Sylvester.
Thank you. I said I would defer my comments until we found out who you were. First of all, I'd like to recognize Kayla for your achievement and being selected. And, to the school board, Jefferson Union High School District, Kalima Salahuddin and Andy Lee, because without them, it's very difficult. We have many, many students. And to pick one out, you've basically, and that includes yourself as well, have risen to the top. I remember traveling, and I went to the airport, and they said to me, "Where are you going?" I says, "Oakland." "Did you mean Auckland or Oakland?" I said, "Oh, okay, it's Auckland." What a beautiful country it is. As I was listening to your poem, and math was one of my favorite subjects. First of all, what you've mentioned in your poem, 11 p.m., and then again at 2 a.m., there's a term we call that, and that's called burning the midnight oil. And then as I'm thinking about your equation about a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared, the basic principles of algebra and geometry, basically you can solve any one of those, even during subtraction, whereas c squared is equal to, you can figure out what a squared is if you subtract b squared from c squared. I don't know if that's, if I recall correctly, the Pythagorean theorem. I wished I was around, or if I can do it all over again. What intrigued me was about the lunch makers. The reason why I say that, because when I was much younger in elementary school and high school, I'd be the first one in line to get lunch. But things were a little bit different there because you either had to pay for it and things have changed. But to come up with that concept so that other students can have a choice, but at the same time be able to to pick either one is something unique. So I wish you the best, and Kayla, in the rest of your future, your further endeavors. And again, as they always say, you are our future. So congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, our next recipient is for the Mayor's Volunteer of the Year Award. This person can be seen just about anywhere in Daly City. Whenever there is an event, she shows up. She's always there, not just to participate, but actually to help. And her help is genuine and sincere, and it's a real testament to volunteerism in Daly City. This recipient was appointed to the Recreation Commission in January of this year. She has clearly demonstrated a passion for serving the public and helping with people, and especially those in need, with an emphasis in accessibility and inclusivity. Her extensive volunteerism has benefited the Daly City community, including her experience in healthcare. She has done a lot of work in terms of helping Daly City, helping the community, and she's well-deserved of this year's recognition for the Volunteer of the Year Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cheryl Catuar. Congratulations. Here you go. Great. Be safe.
Thank you, Mayor Buenaventura. I would like to acknowledge fellow volunteers here today from other organizations, the Lions Club, Daly City Colma Chamber, FFPC, Pacific Islanders Together, and PBRC. I'm not sure if people know that you are not only our mayor, but you are also a public defender, a criminal lawyer, but on weekends, you fly planes as a volunteer pilot, transporting sick patients and animals for angel flights. Volunteers don't necessarily have the time, but they have the heart. Thank you, Mayor, for setting a great example to us all. Thank you to all my friends for your support. My family, my mom Celia, a great role model growing up. But last and not the least, thank you to my children, Anton, Kyle, and Vera, for your patience and understanding when I am out doing community work. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Huge congratulations, Recreation Commissioner Cheryl Qatar. But I think it's really your dedication to give back to the community. You did that when the pandemic was happening and Seton Hospital needed, the masks, the protection that they needed, and you went out in the community to do that. And then you continue on when we had the Quezon City, sister city. You dedicated your time to be able to do that. And whenever there's something in the community, you're there with a helping hand. And so it is very well deserved. I know now you're giving also your time on the Recreation Commission. You mentioned your children and your mother, and that's really beautiful, a testament of your character and how much, it comes from your heart. And you're very action-oriented, and so that's something that is extremely special.
Thank you. Thank you,
Vice
Madam Vice Mayor. Go ahead, Dr. Ross.
Well, congratulations, Cheryl. I want to share a quote by the late civil rights leader, Martin Luther King. And this is what he said. He said, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" Right? I know it's always a hard thing to do, to provide service for others. We're trying to pay for rent. We're trying to pay for the mortgage. You're trying to take care of your kids. But that extra mile to provide service for our communities are legacies that are going to transcend our life. So thank you for the work that you do.
Thank you, Dr. Ross. Go ahead.
Yeah, my comment is short. I just want to say in short to the people here in Daly City that injustice to one is an injustice to all. I stand in support of Grace David. Thank you.
Mr. Sylvester, go ahead.
Good evening, Ms. Kachawara. I recall first meeting you many years ago. I believe that was at the reopening of Engine 95. And you were kind of quiet then when I met you. And over the years since then, I've noticed your appearance and what you've done for the community and continue to do. In what you said tonight, it didn't come out in your words, but I gathered something from it. Obviously, it appears to be, and you didn't have to make mention about the mayor and what he does, but hearing that said to me, oh, wait a minute, you're the recipient of the award, but even being the recipient, you put others first. And that's what I gathered out of it. So I appreciate it. I think the award is definitely well deserved. And I hope the best for you and continue to do the good work for our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Crutchfield. Congratulations. Next recipient is the Commissioner of the Year Award. Now, let me tell you, this recipient has been on 3 different commissions in Daly City. He started as a Personnel Board Commissioner in 2018. He then was elevated to a Library Board Commissioner, and then also was on the Planning Commission in 2019. So Gary has been an incredible commissioner, volunteer, community servant, and someone that I have admired his work, his ethic, and his just real love for Daly City and the community. I could see on your face that you are shocked that you are getting this today. We tried to keep it on the down low, but it's time the community knows and appreciates all the work you did. Gary, why don't you come out?
So Gary.
Well, first, like Mayor Buenaventura said, I am in shock. I did not expect this, but I'm grateful and I'm just really touched. I didn't realize that the volunteer work I did really made an effect on the community. And I just want to say to all of you here, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Go ahead, Madam
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Gary, brother, you have given so much of your time and energy to the city of Daly City, and it is well deserved. It is well deserved. Even when you're not feeling fully well, you share how much you want to give to our community, the community that you were raised in, the community that you love so much. And I just want to say thank you, because there's not a lot of folks that, even when they're feeling ill, still have that passion. And when we got to connect the other day, it was really in that conversation with you that, you said, I'm going to keep fighting because the community needs me. And that is verbatim from you, Gary. So thank you for your service and your love for our community.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Vice Mayor. Thank you.
Rod.
Gary,
Rod.
hey, I'm glad you're here and you're up and about and healthy.
Thank you.
Yes. I want to share a quote by one of my favorite Chinese philosophers, Lao Tzu. He's the author of the Tao Te Ching. And he said, great acts are made up of small deeds. And I feel like that's who you are, man. You show up and these small deeds equate to a larger act of greatness. And I just want to say thank you for everything that you do, Gary.
Thank you. Thank you, Rod. Appreciate it.
Mr. Devine, go ahead.
Gary, you have served in so many capacities, not just as a commissioner, but even before you came on the commissioner. You were in planning, and now you're in library. But each time, no matter what seat you were in, you served it well, you serve honorably, you serve with passion, and you do it because your heart belongs to this community. And we are ever so grateful that you are in this community and you give everything you do, you give it all. And we just want the best for you. And we know you're going to be healing and you're going to be back and you're going to keep serving and take care of yourself because we need you. We need people that have moral groundings, integrity, and that are here for the right reasons. So we thank you, gratitude, much gratitude, Gary, and congratulations, well deserved.
Thank you. Thank you, Pam.
Mr. Sylvester, go ahead.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Now, you see, just before I started speaking, and if you all don't know Gary, he smiles. But the reason why he's smiling at me, because I know we have some back history together. Well, what I want to say, I want to start off by saying, as human beings, we hate changes. And hearing your resiliency on the various commissions that you've served on says to me how resilient you are. You are very easy to get along with, and it kind of reminds me of the city manager, where I'm going to apply the same to you as what the city manager has basically showed to us. And that is, I'll go wherever you need me. I'm going to apply the same thing to you, Gary, because it is so much appreciated. And one thing that I will never, ever forget is when we were talking about your previous employment, and you said to me, yeah, your daughter brings her dog by. Out of all the dogs you've seen, and you remember that one. So that really meant something to me, something that I will never forget. Thank you for what you continue to do for our city. Thank you for serving, and please stay healthy and get well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
And first, I just want to say that regarding community, I can't tell you how touched I was when I was admitted into the emergency room at Seton Medical Center. I'll never forget the medical staff, doctors, nurses, therapists coming up to me and they said, we've seen you around. We've seen you volunteer. We've seen you volunteer for, like Ray and Jocelyn when they run for elections, and we've seen you support the community. And here's the thing that touched me the most with what they said. Since you gave to the community, now the community is going to give back to you.
Nice.
And they took the best care of me. And that doctor, I'll never forget that doctor. He just said, I'm going to take good care of you because the love you have for this community, I'm going to give it back. So it just shows that if you go out there, you show how much you care for your community, and you give it all, it comes back. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Okay, so we have 2 more awards to go, but before we do, we have a special guest that's just arrived, and I want to please welcome our Attorney General, Rob Bonta. All right, let me go on to our final 2 awards. The next award is one of the also important awards, which is our Citizen of the Year Award. This recipient is a dedicated coach at the Bayshore School. He has been instrumental in the planning and coordination of the Bayshore School's annual block party and leads neighborhood cleanup efforts with his students and families. He is also a part-time employee of the Daly City Recreation Service Department, serving the Bayshore Community Service. He has been a law enforcement officer for 9 years. He was the security detail for Stan Lee. He worked as a TSA at the San Francisco airport. He's volunteered year-round with the San Francisco Park and Recreation Center, also totaled thousands of hours before getting employed. He has coached over 20 different teams in baseball, flag football, and basketball. He's currently working as a para-educator and has continued with his coaching. He also was, by the way, a fun fact, was in the movie called Lumpia 2 with our Vice Mayor, Ms. Mayoral. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Citizen of the Year, Coach Arnold Cheng.
Now you all get to see the back of my head. Good evening, Mayor Ray Benaventura, Vice Mayor Jocelyn Manalo, Daly City Council Member Mr. Glenn Sylvester, Dr. Raud Dallas Magbuol, and Ms. Pamela DiGiovanni. Good evening, fellow recipients, family, and friends. Thank you, Daly City, for this recognition. This is a great honor and something I will forever remember for the rest of my life. My name is Coach Arnold to many. I'm currently a paraeducator at Bayshore School in Daly City on the other side of the mountain. In everything I do, I remember this. It is not always about the journey or the destination, but rather the company. So tonight, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the amazing company I've had throughout my life. Firstly, thank you to my family, my siblings, my parents, my lolo and lola, wife of 24 years, my children, for teaching me patience, to share my time with others, and for giving me strength to overcome adversities. Thank you to my friends of 30 plus years for being my backbone, and for my colleagues for being the positive push in all I do at work and in the community. Thank you, Ms. Luisa Santos, the JUSD Community Schools Coordinator, for being my motivator and influencer. Thank you to the Bayshore community and the All Souls community for allowing me to carry out my passion of being a coach and a mentor and teaching children about the importance of fitness, health, and wellness. After leaving my previous career in federal law enforcement, I began to embrace the field of coaching and education, and because of these two communities, I get to do both. Thank you to Mr. Jim Wilson and Ms. Futaba Takashima of Physique Magnifique in South San Francisco for opening your doors and extending Bayshore Fitness electives after school. Thank you, trainers, Sensei Alex, Coach Sai, Coach Osmar, for teaching kids proper forms, modifications, and commitment. I am grateful for your generosity and for helping me shape our youth's bodies and minds through our collaborative pilot program. I would also like to thank Amanda and Vibes and Smiles for being my inspiration and making a difference in the community. You remind me that I could not do what I do alone, but rather it takes a village. As I reflect on what it means to be a good citizen, it's about using our skills and talents to serve others and make a positive impact on the community. But sometimes this comes with adversity. Adversity is one of the reasons I turned out to be the person you see today. I went through challenges at a young age and still experience challenges now at 48. Adversity builds my character, makes me more resilient, guides me to develop new skills and perspectives, and gives me greater appreciation for what I have. I appreciate all the support I've gotten along the way. I hope that my work in the community will be a leading example for our youth, whether it's collaborating with local performers and small business owners for a block party, or coaching kids to take care of their bodies and their minds.
or just supporting my friends and colleagues with whatever they need. I hope Daly City will continue to advocate for our youth, for year-round sports, for mental health services, and other programs and services they need. I hope Daly City will continue to support our educators, especially our paraprofessionals. Lastly, for everyone here tonight, let's continue to connect not just with our community, but at home, at school, and at work with our partners, loved ones, friends, and colleagues. Everyone is on their own journey, and sometimes a simple text, email, message, a phone call, a coffee, or a side conversation can make a huge difference in someone's daily personal decision. Thank you again, Daly City, for this award. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Beginnings for the new year. Thank you.
Coach Arnold, it's a testament that your youth and young people are here today to be with you as you receive this award. Thank you so much for all that you do in our community, for giving the care to our youth and young people, for your energy to making sure that the Bayshore community has the support it needs. It's really, truly community members like yourself that really make our community as wholesome as it is. And so huge congratulations from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
Dang, Coach, this is the first time I ever met you, and I feel like I can run through a wall for you right now. Let's hear that pop one more time. Let's get it for Coach. There's one thing that I've been taught when I was younger by mentors, coaches, is you could see the eye of a tiger when you see a person eye to eye. And when you were speaking and our eye contact right now, I understand and that belief in a person. And when Mayor Ray announced your name and I heard that pop, you know you have these people that love you and will take care of you. And I hope that this will reverberate through the generations. So thank you for what you've done. Thank you for all the folks that came out for you. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Well, Arnold, your persistence always pays off. So I just want to tell people just an example, not to out you on your messages, but they're getting ready to go for the Bayshore block party. Arnold sends me a message and says, we need more pickers. And I'm like, okay. And I want to take this time to thank Miss Leilani. Where's Leilani? Leilani, because as soon as I sent it to her, she took immediate action. And I saw the photo, Miss Leilani, and not only did she deliver to the Bayshore, she didn't just deliver a few pickers. It was the vest, it was the gloves. I mean, you did it all. And then he sent me back this message. And he said, how can I thank Miss Leilani, right? And so I gave him the email so I could personally thank you, because going above and beyond, and I think that staff, especially Miss Leilani, who has connections with the schools and what have you, knows that when somebody has a request and our city it's a partnership, right? It's a partnership. So I know that they went to good use. I know that you were able to get the community together to go clean up, because the block shore, when that party happened, when we went to the thing, it was spotless. So, and that's just one example. And I know that probably some of you back there in the Bayshore, you probably volunteered for your coach, because he's good at rounding people up. And I'm sure there's some PTO people in the house that support him as well. So, because the Bayshore, and I know you've been there and you went through a heck of a lot with budgets and making sure things are done. And I know your passion is with the community and you're trying to make it right. And so persistence, it does pay off. And knowing that you're those things, I know it's very stressful sometimes, but you can see that it works. You can see by the action that the staff took here and making sure that, you're not forgotten about over there, and that our Bay Shore, and I see Teresa Fabu on the back of our school board and everything, that's our Bay Shore. So make sure they were taken care of, and thank you for doing that, sending those messages, and knowing and looking forward to more. So thank you very much, Arnold. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Mr. Chair.
Bay Shore in the house. Go Dolphins.
All right, Coach, I guess you didn't expect all this, but it's definitely well-deserved. I'm a complete supporter of our schools and our youth. My feeling is that what you learn at home is the first line of defense. What you learn in school is the second line of defense. And for you to be in the Bay Shore, you're in the right place, because that is telling me how important you are, and it also sends a clear message regarding you being the recipient. There are many other folks who could have been such a recipient, but you were chosen. So I just wanted to leave that with you. It's a selfish reason that I'm kind of bringing this up, because I got 2 grandkids who attend Bay Shore. And tomorrow I'm going to be calling their mommy and daddy and says, you make sure you get to Coach Arnold. I noticed while you were speaking, you made mention, and you're known as Coach Arnold. But while you were speaking, you also made mention of the word mentor. And for folks who don't know, there's a difference between a coach and a mentor. A coach, he or she, is developing folks so that they can see results. And that's what you do. But you also put yourself in the category as a mentor. A mentor looks for results, but he or she is also interested in the long-term aspect. That's what a mentor does. So being a coach and a mentor has definitely shown me that you are not just a coach, but you wish and you are considered wanting to be a part of your students' lives even after they're gone. That's very important. Which brings me to a story. I came home one day and I found out that my 2 daughters signed my son up for Pop Warner Sports at Jefferson High School. I think he was only 9 years old then. And I was so upset because my son suffered from asthma. And the coach would say, don't worry, Glenn, I got it. I got his inhaler. As he's doing his exercise, I know when he's going to need it. And as a result, he's become a great young man and no longer needs that inhaler. So it's little things like that to step out of the box and put your trust in the coach. Parents really care about their children. And from what I've heard tonight, and the parents giving you the support, you are trusted in the community. So I think it's well-deserved. Congratulations. Keep up the great work.
All right. All right, thank you. We're now coming to our final award, which is the... Hey, cool. This is our Mayor's Employee of the Year Award. And actually, we have 2 recipients. I'm going to read the bios of the 2, and then I'm going to ask both of them to come up at the same time to present their awards. Our first Employee of the Year award goes to a person who began her career with the City of Daly City in May of 2007 as a human resource specialist. In June of 2013, she was promoted to analyst. In July of 2019, the city manager promoted her to senior management analyst in the city manager's office. In July 2020, she was promoted to the assistant to the city manager. Since the departure of the city manager and the assistant city manager, she has stepped up to assist the current city manager in several areas, including social media, the Age-Friendly Task Force, Make a Difference Day, as well as numerous other events. She serves as the liaison to the Arts and Culture Commission. This past year, she has assisted and coordinated visits by several international delegates, including hosting our sister city, Quezon City, as well as contingents from the Pangasinan and Izomisano, Japan. She serves a vital support to the city manager and to the city council. She accepts all assignments and completes them efficiently and effectively. She has acclimated well to a new management style since the new city manager was appointed in January of this year. She has a can-do attitude. She is always a high-level performer on behalf of the city. She holds a bachelor's degree from Notre Dame de Mour and is currently completing her master's in public administration. One of the recipients of this year's Mayor of the Employee of the Year award goes to Assistant to the City Manager, Leilani Ramos. Our second and equally deserving recipient began her career in 1999 as a part-time clerical aide in the Department of Economic and Community Development while completing her bachelor's degree in business administration at San Francisco State University. She was hired full-time in 2005 in the Human Resources Department as an office assistant and ascended to the director's role in July of 2019. Since becoming director, she has taken on many complex issues and situations of a sensitive and confidential nature. She has always put the city and its employees first. The pandemic was one of those such issues that brought many challenges for all of us, but particularly for human resources. She and her staff handled an array of new policies and mandates on behalf of the city and our employees, and she has done so with the utmost professionalism. She recently led the team successfully to negotiate multi-year contracts with all 11 bargaining groups. She is a Daly City native, raised and educated here locally. She is also a legacy as her mom, Esera, worked in the city attorney's office for over 28 years. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our second recipient of the Mayor's Employee of the Year is our Director of Human Resources, Natalie Sakala.
Good choice, Mayor.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor Buenaventura. I am honored and humbled to receive this acknowledgement. I appreciate your leadership and confidence and will continue to serve the city of Daly City to the best of my ability. I would have to say that I want to thank our city manager for his support, all of the executive management team, my colleagues, and especially my department. So Bonnie, Martha, Karen, and Jessica, who I will happily accept this award on their behalf. So thank you so much.
I have to say, Mayor, you're very good at keeping a secret because helping with the award and I didn't know. So I'm honored. I grew up in Daly City, so to be able to serve my community is an honor, and to do so under your leadership, and again, our city manager, it's just, I'm at a loss for words. And I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge our great workforce, because without them, this wouldn't be possible. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I just want to say, Natalie, Leilani, you both, it's pretty amazing because you both grew up in Daly City and are giving back to the community we were raised in. And so I just want to say thank you both so much for giving so much of your time, your effort, your talent to the city of Daly City. And hearing your biography from just when you grew up in Daly City, the city of Daly City, as far as your profession, and you are both excelling. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and I know the community is very thankful as well.
Dr. Rod.
In another life, I was part of a marching band, right? And part of a marching band, sometimes you get information, sometimes you feel so insignificant in the larger picture of things. But it's the whole band that makes the whole production so beautiful and makes every note a harmony. And I think that's what you all do, is that as a city, we are like a marching band. We are a band that makes music through policy, through operations. And sometimes we feel like these little small roles don't mean a thing, but they're so huge in the overall production of how we operate and how we flow in this community. And so thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't think you get enough, both of y'all get enough shine, enough spotlight on the things that you do to make our jobs flow like water. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rock. Go ahead,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Giovanni.
Well, I just want to say that you guys are consummate professionals. From everything that we had to transition and bringing in our beloved, our city manager, and it's different, everybody has a different style. You guys, you would never skip a beat. And then not only that, you escalated your performances and you made sure that everything was done. Like when you come in here tonight, you know that Leilani and HR director and Angie and everybody and Charlie and everyone has worked together to make it happen. We don't even have to see it. Just even that little example of Mr. Chang, like you just do it, you do it quietly, and then you do it because you do it with your heart and that you're committed to the city. That commitment shows through all the negotiations, through everything we all been through. But still, consummate professionals, you ask for information, we get the information. So we're so grateful that you choose to stay in Daly City and that this is your home in so many ways with all your other employees that are family members as well. And that may you continue to grow and get the support that you deserve. So both of you have really given everything. And can be crazy at times, but you are always smooth. That's the thing, always professional and always smooth and always communicate. So much gratitude. So congratulations. And I like that Leilani had a surprise look on her face because she is the one that handles the awards. So that was even a treat. And then I saw Natalie's like this and I was like, see, way to go, Mayor. That was good. So congratulations.
Mr. Sylvester.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
It's true.
As per Councilmember Di Giovanni, I guess she was one step ahead of me because when I found out that Leilani did not know, I find that so difficult to believe because you know everything. And I have to congratulate you for that. And the way I see it, Leilani, is there's a euphemism says, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So you haven't seen me intervene in any way, shape, or form because you're doing everything. You're doing everything perfect. So I appreciate that. And, I know you're very passionate. No, I'm not going to talk about the 7 a.m. text, but that's how passionate I see that you are and that you do your job very well. Natalie, I'm sure earlier you heard me say about burning the midnight oil. Well, I burn a lot of the midnight oil. What I appreciate from you is I'll send you a text at 1 o'clock in the morning, and by opening up business hours the following day, I get an answer. I appreciate that so much. And for folks who don't know about human resources is our first line of defense. If something goes awry within the city, whether it's a staff issue, whether it's a violation of some labor code or somewhat, you are there to basically advise and quell that information before it has to go to our city attorney. And thus, you save us a lot of money. So, congratulations to you, Natalie, as well. I know HR is very different. Congratulations to the staff who continue to be there. It's how everyone works together that makes us a better city. And because of you both, thank you so much and congratulations.
Okay, so we are about to conclude the 59th City Council session when I make the motion to adjourn, and then we're going to go right into the convening of the 60th City Council with the reorganization and a special message by our Attorney General, Rob Bonta. So for that, can I get a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, that concludes the 59th City Council meeting. Let's go on now to, let me call to order the 60th City Council meeting for the City of Daly City. And let me get a roll call, please.
Ms. Di Giovanni,
Present?
Dr. Rod,
Present.
Ms. Manalo,
Present.
Mr. Sylvester,
Glenn Sylvester present.
Mr. Buenaventura.
I'm present. Okay, can we get some quiet in the back so we can introduce our first and only actually speaker, and a prestigious one at that. Let me introduce him to the members of the audience. On April 23rd, 2021, Rob Bonta was sworn in as the 34th Attorney General of the state of California, the first person of Filipino descent and the second Asian American to occupy that position. Attorney General Bonta's passion for justice and fairness was instilled in him by his parents, who served on the front lines of some of America's most important social justice movements. It is why he decided to become a lawyer, to help right historic wrongs and fight for people who have been harmed. He worked his way through college and graduated with honors from Yale University and attended Yale Law School. Attorney General Bonta has led statewide fights for racial, economic, and environmental justice, and worked to further the rights of immigrant families, renters, and working Californians. He previously worked as Deputy City Attorney for the City and County of San Francisco, where he represented the city and county and its employees, and fought to protect Californians from exploitation and racial profiling. He went on to pursue elected office in Alameda County, first as an Alameda council member and later as an assembly member representing Oakland, Alameda, and San Leandro. In the state assembly, Attorney General Bonta enacted nation-leading reforms to inject more justice and fairness into government and institutions. As the people's attorney, he sees seeking accountability from those who abuse their power and harm others as one of the most important functions of the job. He is married to Mia Bonta, and they are the proud parents of 3 children, Reina, Liana, and Andres, as well as their dog, Legolas. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the special guest speaker, Attorney General Rob Bonta.
Well, thank you, Mayor and Council. Honored and grateful to have the chance to be here. For those of you, that's the short version of my introduction. That you may not have have heard the long one before, and I am at best the fourth most popular Bonta. Some may know Mia Bonta, the Assembly member for the East Bay, My daughter Reina Bonta is a professional soccer player, represented the Philippines in the World Cup this summer. And my mom, Cynthia Bonta, an incredible activist. And so I know my role, and Andres and Ileana are coming fast to take up that fourth position. But I'm excited to be here. And it was just wonderful to just sit and listen and see the celebrations of your incredible community heroes. And thank you for recognizing folks that make your city better, and to see the spirit of everyone behind you. It's a day of optimism and hope and celebration and inspiration, a belief in the future of this great city, and it's created by the great leaders on this dais and the staff that surround you and work with you, and all the community members. So thank you, Mayor Buenaventura, for your incredible service. It's with great honor and gratitude that I have the opportunity shortly to swear in the next great mayor of this city, but not without first saying thank you to you for your service and for your contributions and for your passion for this city. And of course, nothing you do is without the whole team, the whole council. So I took great note, and I smiled in my seat when you mentioned that Quezon City is Daly City's sister city. Quezon City is the place of my birth. I was born in St. Luke's Hospital, so a very special place. And as the first Filipino-American state legislator, the first Filipino-American attorney general in the history of California, it's my pleasure to help pass the baton on from one great Filipino-American mayor of Daly City to another great Filipino-American mayor of Daly City. So it's my honor, my pleasure to be here. Again, thank you all for your service. And Daly City is in great hands, and I'm proud to be able to join you tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Attorney General. Okay, so now for the big moment. This time I'm going to call for nominations of the office of mayor, and I will start the nomination process by nominating Vice Mayor Jocelyn Manalo for the office of mayor. Can I get a second?
Second.
All right, we have an office and a second. There are
Point of
any-
order.
Are there any other nominations?
Point of
Are
order
there
for
any-
discussion.
Excuse me. I'm about to. Okay. Are there any other nominations for the office of mayor? Hearing no other.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. You know, this is such a joyous occasion, and I'm about to make a nomination, but prior to doing so, I wanted to bring out some information. You know, everyone here on this council has served at least 6 years on this council, some even more. And during those 6 years, there has been 2 election cycles. And as a result of those 2 election cycles, we're still here. This is just to make note that everyone here on this council has opportunity to serve as mayor in the past 6 years, with the exception of one. Everyone on this council has had an opportunity to serve as vice mayor, with the exception of one. That's 6 years, ladies and gentlemen. As you should know, Daly City has no rotation policy. And I don't know if we need to correct that, but generally in the absence of a policy, it does not give the one an excuse to do the right thing. I think with the results of the elections over the past 6 years, the community is being disserviced. The voters are being disserviced. And giving the world events pertaining to ethnicity and racial biasness that exists throughout this world, I feel that it is no excuse that someone is not offered an opportunity. So with that being said, I'll give my last remark. I just don't feel well. But I hope that we can all rise above what is happening. So with that being said, I'd like to nominate Councilmember Pamela D. Giovanni for mayor.
Mr. Mayor, a point of order and also discussion, but I'd like to second it, but I would like to also have discussion by making a statement.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. This was written by Martin Luther King Jr. Can no more be evident than what is done today. There have been many words from our council over the years, proclamations, and things that matter. We are 5 council members, and each of us deserves to be treated fairly, without discrimination, without anti-Semitism on some of us, without anything that is important to stand together in collaboration, to work together and make this community better. So the voters of Daly City, when they voted me in 2018, we each are equal. The power is equal. So they know that the vice mayor and all the council members, including the mayor, have equality. The mayor is only ceremonial and he approves the agenda, but we should all respect one another. And that is part of equality. That is part of not being discriminatory. And that is part of anti-Semitism that sadly exists. And it breaks my heart that you, the voters, are not being respected, and that I even have to sit here and even have to bring this to the attention. Because without that courage, and people know in this community, my Filipino community has been so supportive and so loving, and paint us as me ever being a racist, which is nullified in court last November, and the case was closed. There was no findings. I won my reelection barring false narratives and being falsely accused of something that never occurred. So I sit here tonight and hope, and was hoping, especially being Hanukkah, that the light comes through the darkness and it shines on all of us, and that all of us are equal and we begin to act equal. And we are an example and should be standing as role models of the diversity, of the equity, of the non-discrimination, of the inclusion. And actions speak louder than words, which saddens me. So with that, I second and thank the Councilmember Sylvester. I thank the community. It is your choice whether you stand for discrimination or whether you stand for inclusiveness or whether you stand for what is right. And I've been here since 2018. And then you never know what the vote is until the vote happens. That is not supposed to be alluded to or not alluded to, because that is part of the Roberts Rule and should never be spoken about until done. So with that, I accept and I second it, and I stand with all of you, and I mean all of you, and everyone knows that in this room, that each and every one of you, especially my Filipino community, especially the Chinese community, especially the Latino community, every single one of you, and you know it because you were there to support me during my reelection. You saw the falsehoods. You saw people come in here and line up and make false claims about me, and you called me, and you were there for me. I see the carpenters who never forgot me. The firefighters, when they were called and told to drop their endorsements from me, and labor groups, they stood behind me. You know why? For all of you, you know I stand for truth, and especially being Hanukkah, with the light that needs to shine, and it needs to shine from all of us. And not just to talk about it, not to have a proclamation, and not to block someone for giving a proclamation when they have a Holocaust survivor or a Holocaust relative. We are all God's children, every single one of us. And I don't know what my DNA is, and however I was born should not be a reason to discriminate and have the people's vote being denied, and the equality that needs to exist amongst us so we can truly work together collaboratively, just like the Lions Creed, in service. We are in service together. So with that, and appointing people who claim and say false narratives in this community, who bully our seniors. This is wrong, and it needs to stop. So it stops with all of you. You're the voters, and if you don't like discrimination, and you stand for inclusiveness, and you stand for all of that since 2018, and it's not about me having a title. It's about the fairness. It's about the equality. It's about discrimination. And I respect everyone in here, and nothing happens for a reason, but I have been called by my skin color up here as well, and that saddens me. But with that, I have no hatred in my heart for anyone, and I do hope that maybe one day we will sit here tonight and we will work together and make that commitment and do the right thing. So thank you, and I second it.
All right, thank you, Ms. DiGiovanni. Are there any other nominations? Hearing no further nominations, can I get a motion to close the nomination?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any objection? Hearing none, the nominations are closed. All right, we have the first nomination for Jocelyn Manalo that was made by me. I stand by that nomination as Ms. Manalo has received the most votes ever for a city council person in the history of Daly City. And that has been seconded by Councilmember Dr. Roderick Dausmag-Boal. Let me call for a roll call vote, please. So the motion is to have Jocelyn Manalo as the next mayor for the city of Daly City. Go ahead, Madam Clerk.
Ms. DiGiovanni,
Sadly, I voted always yes in unity, but the unity has never happened. So it breaks my heart, especially when the light shines in darkness, and I have to vote no because it's not fair and people know it. And it's discrimination.
Dr. Rod,
Affirmative, yes.
Ms. Manalo,
Aye.
Mr. Sylvester,
Glenn Sylvester, no.
Mr. Buenaventura.
Aye. Congratulations, Madam Vice Mayor. You are now the new mayor. Okay, could I have the Attorney General please step forward with Ms. Manalo and administer the oath of office.
Can I have my father, Carlito Manalo, please come up? My mother, Josefina Manalo, please. This is
You have the Bible, Ethan? Okay. Right here. Right here.
All right, let's make this official. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, say your name,
I, Jocelyn Manalo,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and to the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Can we have a group photo? Let's do a group photo with a photographer. Come here, Ethan. I know you want the mic. Ethan, I know you want the mic. Okay. Bye-bye. Look at the Spider-Man over there. Oh, one more. Say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming down. All right.
Okay. Once again, thank you so much, Attorney General Rob Bonta, for being with us. We know that you have a busy schedule protecting our California, and we are so grateful for your time and coming to the city of Daly City. And now we'll be moving on to our nominations for the office of vice mayor. I will now move on to the nominations for the office of vice mayor. I nominate Councilmember Das Magwal.
I second.
I have a first and second on that. Are there any other nominations on the floor?
Yes, I do.
Councilmember Sylvester.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to nominate Councilmember Pam DiGiovanni for the office of Vice Mayor.
I have a nomination. Is there a second?
Second, and I would like to have a point of order, please. I just want to finish this with, out of respect for the office, what is done, working for the people, but I also want people to know, and to my colleagues, that sadly, what kind of history are we leaving here? What kind of example are we showing our constituents and the youth? Are we showing them equity? Are we demonstrating inclusiveness? Are we demonstrating discrimination? Are we supposed to be the examples of what is supposed to be an elected official, individually elected by the people, for the people, and to stand together in collaboration and not to be so divided? The world is divided, and there was an opportunity tonight to bring everyone together. And that's what I was hoping would happen year after year. And I don't want them to leave a legacy. What kind of history are we leaving by taking these actions? Actions speak louder than words, and I second it. Thank you, Sylvester.
There's a second on the floor, and so I'll take the first nomination. At this time, it was for Councilmember Das Magbual. I have a first and then a second. Madam Clerk, may we have roll call, please?
Ms. DiGiovanni,
So for Dr. Rod, I'm not going to vote no, because I think deep in his heart, he stands for equity. Yes, I say that, and I say that with a commitment, because he is supposed to be the example, and he's a good father, a good husband, a good teacher. So for him, the only reason I have to abstain, Dr. Rod, is because it's been multiple times and because I was never given a chance. But I do believe he stands in good standing morally, and so with that, I abstain.
Dr. Rod,
Yes.
Mr. Buenaventura,
Yes.
Mr. Sylvester,
Glenn Sylvester, no?
Ms. Manalo.
Aye. Congratulations. At this time, we ask Amianan to come up to give the oath of office to her father.
One sec, sorry.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Radas Magbual,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I will take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well
and that I will well
and faithfully discharge
and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
I love you, Dada.
Yay!
Aw.
All right, Rod. All right, Rod. Come on, Rod.
There you go. Yes.
Thank you so much. At this moment, I'd like to share some brief remarks. But before I do so, I'd like to acknowledge and say thank you to our previous mayor, Ray Bonaventura. Before ending this meeting, we cannot end it without saying thank you for your steadfast leadership, your commitment to our community, and all that you've given throughout the years. If there's one thing that I know of Mayor Ray Bonaventura, he is one of the most kindest people I know. He, as mentioned earlier, does angel flights. And that's something where in his free time and when he has free time, does that for others. I mean, it was mentioned earlier where if there is an animal or if there is someone who is of need of medical attention, he takes them directly to, where they need to be taken. And so this is the kind of heart our previous mayor has, and I just want to say thank you. We do have something for you, surprise. But it is this gavel,
Oh, man.
and it says Raymond Bonaventura, Daly City Mayor. And
Thank you.
I'd like to present it to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right here, right, yeah, right here, that's right.
And so I'd like to open the floor for my colleagues.
No, it's okay. Just go on, go on.
If you want to say anything.
No, just go on. Go on to the meeting.
I'm good.
Yeah,
Vice
just open
Mayor.
comment, or Dr. Rod,
Right.
Vice Mayor, did you want to go?
I'll say a few
Okay.
words. One word that just resonated with me this whole time is like inspiration. I want to talk about Ray Buenaventura. You've been an inspiration for me for a long, long time. And, when I took this position back in 2018, I never thought I would ever be in this position. But, what really also inspires me doing this work are the people here, the teachers, the students, the healers, the advocates, the people that have a political belief in what they believe in. And that's what inspires me every single day. I wake up every morning, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I have like multiple jobs. And the things that keep me going are my students, my teachers, the first responders. These are all thankless jobs. And when there's moments to say thank you, I really want to say thank you to everyone here. Tom, Charlie, Angie, Leilani, thank you for making our jobs a little bit more easier than, people can't even imagine. You're always under the spotlight, the crosshairs are on you, and you always have the pressure to be present. And just to have folks that can support you on a daily basis, it reminds you why you do what you do. And you stand here to do this for your community. I'm a reflection of you all. And I stand here being proud and inspired every single day, with every last breath that I do have, to serve my community day in and day out. So with that, I just want to say to all my homies out there, Isang Bagsak!
Thank you so much, Vice Mayor. Council Member Sylvester, did you have some comments?
Thank you, Mayor. This is basically my statement for the outgoing Mayor Ray Buenaventura. I always provide a history as to what has happened in my life. And in 2011, I retired from a very noble profession. I was very happy in retirement. I got my pension, comes in the mail every month. All I got to do is wake up. But I guess that wasn't enough. It's Ray Buenaventura who reached out to me and asked, would you be thinking about getting more involved into city services? I said, no. And so he never gave up. And again, I was asked, so I had the opportunity to become part of the planning commission here for Daly City. So while serving on the Planning Commission after becoming chair, Ray approached me again. And he says, would you consider running for city council? I said, nope. And he never gave up. And he asked me again. I talked to my wife, and she said, no. But he never gave up. So this is what I remember, and something that I'll always take with me that I'll never, ever forget. We can agree to disagree, and that's what it's all about. I have another euphemism I use all the time. A confused mind will always say no. And during these years, I've debated with Ray on various issues. If I can see the other side of the coin, and he will tell you, I'll do a 180-degree turn. Because once I'm aware of the information, once I have all the facts, then you make that decision based on what you feel is the right thing. What I liked about Ray is his ability to actively listen, something that I always try to do. I don't just run off with the mouth and says, okay, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. You have to listen to what the community is looking for. I want to congratulate outgoing Mayor Ray Buenaventura as I listen this evening to what this city has accomplished this past year. This would not have been done without his leadership and approval from the rest of the council to say, I support that. I support that. So again, Mayor Ray, thank you. And I have another saying that I always use: praise in public, criticize in private. So, Ray, this is all for you. Thank you for a job well done.
Thank you, Ron.
Mayor?
Councilmember DiGiovanni.
Thank you. Outgoing Mayor Buenaventura, you have served this county, I remember in the very beginning, and people don't realize this. Here's the sad part. I campaigned for Ray. I campaigned for Justin. I campaigned for Sylvester and most of the council. I hope that some way, either privately over the coffee, I hope we can get past this and work together and remember, because the world right now is in turmoil, but we don't have to be that way. We can be the kindness, the good people that we all have on the inside that we really want others to have. So I wish you the best, and you have served this county, I mean, not this county, pardon me, well, that too, and this city with your commitment. And I do listen to you, and I will continue to listen to you as well, because you do bring forth the years of having been on this council and having worked with many different minds, and you bring a wealth of being your background and all your education and everything about you. So I will continue to listen to each one of you in this council, and more you bring, the more I'll listen. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is just a testament of immediate mayor, past Mayor Benaventura. I was calling for comments from my colleagues, and you know what he said right away was, no, it's okay, let's move on. But you know what? We need to say thank you to you for your dedication, your commitment, and so thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I will make this some brief remarks. I want to say thank you as I move forward as your incoming mayor, your mayor for the city of Daly City. The work is not over. And I recently found my election priorities just the other day. And I looked at it and I just wanted to share with everyone. I said that I will continue to fight for affordable housing, build and sustain more rental and ownership opportunities. We were able to pass Midway, and there is going to be over 500 units in the Bayshore part of that community. And there's still many more. So I have a commitment to looking to opportunities to build more housing so that this evening I had brought up my daughter and my son because I want them to be able to afford to stay in Daly City and live in Daly City. And that is the commitment to the next generation. Also, I talked about comprehensive local recovery, an action plan to help families, workers, and small businesses. What we did during the pandemic was made sure that we put dollars to the immigrant communities, those who are first and foremost affected, and at the height of the pandemic. And we also started a small business commission. And so I wanted to share that also I said in 2020 for public safety that we would restore Engine 95. And we did so. And so this is what I share with each and every one of you, is that when I make a commitment to the community I was raised in, I follow through and get it done. I talked about youth development and senior services. We put more dollars to our recreation services and our youth services and our senior services. And this showed in the budget. It showed in our budget. So our policy showed how much we care for our seniors and our youth. I talked about healthy neighborhoods, improve parks, and get healthy initiatives. We have seen an improvement in parks, not only, out in the top of the hill area. We've seen an improvement at the Dolger Senior Center. We have now Get Healthy initiatives. And so I want to share that, and intentional reimagining of our public services in all facets of local government towards social justice and equity. And I bring this up today because this was what I mentioned to you in 2020 when I was running for re-election. And when I look at 4 years down the line, how much we have accomplished together as a council, as our city government, as our community, we have done a lot, but there is so much more to do. And so like I said many times before, I take this responsibility greatly, and I am really humbled from the bottom of my heart to be your mayor this year. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And so with that, I will now adjourn. And I think I want to also thank Ling Nam, because I think there's some treats for everyone awaiting all of you. So thank you very much. This meeting is now adjourned.